Welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, follow on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description. You can buy the shirt, the official I Quit My Band shirt, and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month for weekly bonus content. There it is. That was probably the best I've ever done.
That was really good.
That was short and sweet.
Something clicked where I'm just like, I'm back. And
don't let him get in his zone.
Don't let me get in my zone.
Truly
dude.
don't.
Yeah, it feels good to be back, boys. I was out for a little bit. We had to do a tiny bit of a hiatus, but I think we didn't really miss a beat.
No.
Tiny bit of a beat.
It's not like maybe you should frame it. Nate was like doing something cool. It's not like you were like sick or something.
No, I was in France.
Yeah. So
working. I was in France, international fucking businessman.
Nate's in Paris.
I was in Paris.
He was attempting to steal the Mona Lisa.
I was I was teamed up to steal the Mona Lisa from the Louvre.
It was you, Ving Rhames, Nick Cage.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We gotta steal the Mona Lisa. I did crack a whole bunch of jokes about National Treasure while in Paris. Just anything I saw, I was just like, we have to steal the Eiffel Tower. Just anything. People were like, funny, wow.
Funny. Good. It's the 7th day you've said that.
Same joke. Wow.
You have a podcast or something.
Oh wow, you have a
okay,
podcast. That's
cool.
amazing.
That's pretty
cool. But yeah, it truly feels good to be back. If you're a Chad, you're probably a little bit disappointed that the Bobcat Ron episode did not hit the main channel.
So sorry about that.
That sucked. Because I was really looking forward to BCR hitting the Jackie while we were away. But AC/DC did not let that happen.
Yeah. No, in fact, we were going to replace it with another Patreon episode to put onto the main channel, and we played maybe 40 seconds of.
There was a lot of AC/DC.
Okay.
If you listen close, the AC/DC was just rolling.
That's unbelievable.
And the AC/DC algorithm was listening close because it fucking nuked that one.
Nuked that one
That's
too.
That's crazy.
BCR though was just like, no one can watch this video, and I was
Bobcat
like,
Ron.
Bobcat Ron. I was like, it sucked so much because I was talking it up to Bobcat himself. I was like, you're hitting the main chan. I was like, we're going to repost all the clips.
We got to have him back. That's all that
we're going to have to have him back.
We got to have him back.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did post the reading the comments episode, which I think was good.
Yeah.
That was a funny episode. That was a fun one.
Yeah, people liked it.
Yeah.
Commenting, whatever.
Yeah, the comments are always great.
Yeah.
Always fantastic. Always have great things to say about us.
And how we're hot and smart.
We're hot, smart, not bald, not fat.
Not different versions of the spectrum sitting in a line.
Same guy. Yeah. But yeah. That sucked, but thanks everyone for being here. We're back with a new episode tonight. We're going to be reviewing a new album that we listened to from a band that's been on our radar for the past, probably a year. Mandy, Indiana, with their new album called URGH, I think.
I believe that's how you pronounce it.
URGH? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a sound that you would make not on purpose.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The cover should just be a guy taking a shit. That would be so funny.
I feel like I feel like we've known about Mandy, Indiana for longer than that. I feel like Mandy, Indiana was a band like in the late stages of Death Club. You might have sent me a song by or something like that.
I don't know about that. I think it was the show. Because I remember I put on a song on the playlist that was called Pinking Shears.
Yes.
That was the first song that I had heard, and I really enjoyed it. Like, really noisy, really strange, and coincidentally, all lyrics spoke in French.
Yes.
So, kind of fitting.
You were doing a scouting report.
Yeah, now that I know.
What the hell is she saying?
Now that I kind of know everything that she's saying, I can kind of review it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's spoken French, but it was like this really cool, like, noise rock band. I didn't really have anything to compare it to at the time. And I don't think I listened to that full first record, but there was a lot of like rave reviews about it, and I felt like they weren't getting like the attention that they deserved at the time, but I feel like now they might be. I've seen some like good things about this record. Like I think Pitchfork gave it like best new music, which I just saw today. But yeah, I was excited for it. The singles sounded pretty cool. Cursive and I can't remember the other one. I think it was
Magazine.
Magazine and Sicko.
Cool artwork.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow looking skull situation.
Yeah. But yeah, I was pumped for it.
Yeah, same here. And listening to the singles, I feel like I had more of a frame of reference because of similar bands now that have kind of come out. Like, they feel like they're almost somewhere between Model Actress and Yahweh Nailgun.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like, they're not as... The vocal isn't as conventional as Model Actress.
Yeah.
And probably not as bombastic as Yahweh Nailgun.
Yeah.
But somewhere kind of between the two.
Yeah. And that band... Lip Critic that I talked about, like after checking them out, they have a very similar style. Like I think it's no guitars in this band. It's mostly just like these deep synths. I hope that doesn't go off the whole time.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, let me just try to. There we go. Yeah, like just deep synths and like a lot of danceable, like noisy shit. But I think Lip Critic like kind of does like a very aggressive like rapping, which isn't unlike this, but it's hard for me to tell because I don't speak French, so it's tough.
So yeah, Lip Critic does feel like it's a little more. Yeah, I there's more like rap in that. This doesn't feel like rap. It's more like your shouty post punk, but with like a heavy French accent.
Yeah,
Glitchy shit.
well, not a heavy French accent. It's just French.
In French.
It's just straight
well,
up
you
French.
still have an accent if you're speaking the language.
Well,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
also is. I mean, it's not like it's not like Pepe Le Pew.
No, certainly not.
It's like a real French person. Yeah, I've been a little bit sick of the French, for the past week. So coming into this record, I was like, damn, more French. I'm trying to, forget about the French.
Yeah, last time I tried to order a Whopper Junior, this is what it sounded like over there. It's giving me shit.
Trying to get some French fries from McDonald's.
Trying to get a Royale with cheese.
Trying to get that Royale with cheese. Speaking of which, McDonald's in France, it's like a 4-star restaurant.
What?
It's
Really?
insane, dude. They're insane. There was like people like hanging out there. It was nuts.
That's awesome.
People like drinking, like they're pre-gaming at Mickey D's.
Smoking cigarettes.
Smoking
inside.
cigarettes, yeah. It was wild. Anyway, yeah. I was kind of, sick of French, and I didn't want to hear a French album. But while I was in France, we were being asked by like French people which French music we know, and I said Gojira, but so much of me wanted to say Mandy, Indiana, but that was kind of too weird.
Yeah.
To put on at an event. You know what I mean? You can't just throw that on.
Yeah, dude, throwing
Can't
on
bust that out.
can't
fucking
bust it
magazine, just like,
Yeah, it's like, you guys don't like this?
Yeah, I had heard you guys talk about this band a lot before, but I didn't really know anything about them. There's a band that they remind me of that I can see the album art, but I cannot think of the name. So as the podcast goes on, if I think about it, I will bring it up.
bated
Okay.
breath, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And it's not Poop and Pete Brown system.
Sure
All
it's
right,
not.
I've had enough.
You sure it's not Poop and Pete Brown's?
That's my comedic peak.
still the best.
I still think
joke.
about
I
that.
think it's the best joke that's ever been done on the show.
I agree.
But yeah, what did you guys think of this record? I mean, we don't have to talk about like the background of it or anything. I did do a little bit of research. Not the whole band's not from France. I think they're from like Bristol or somewhere in the UK.
Yeah.
And the lead singer, whose name is like Valentine Caulfield or something.
Nice.
It's like very
name.
like literary.
Yeah, it's
sort of
really
name.
cool. Yeah, it sounds like it's like the love interest in like Eternal Sunshine. Yeah. Valentine Caulfield. She's French. And there was like I read a little bit that like they had like these weird health emergencies that were going on during like the recording of this record. Like she like lost sight in her eye.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
Like, the drummer or someone had to get like his like thyroid removed or something like that.
Oh.
So I guess like the aggression in some of the songs comes out through just like we're kind of bumped and bruised a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really thought this was cool. And I said in our like most anticipated of the year episode that like I was kind of thinking that this was going to be like my 2026 Yahweh nail gun. I don't know if it's that, but I did really enjoy it, and I thought like a lot of the songs, I don't know who to, like Yahweh Nailgun, I don't know who to compare this to. Like, there's a little bit of Death Grips in there, like Yahweh Nailgun, but more like on the nose Death Grips, especially with songs like Sicko. Like, Sicko's essentially a Death Grip song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Magazine even more so.
Magazine too, yeah.
feels like No Love. Like, when it gets, like, super heavy
Yeah,
and those, like,
yeah.
do you call it a chorus?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I kind of feel the same way. I don't have a frame of reference outside of the bands that I've already mentioned, like this new wave of acid-drenched electro rock.
Yeah.
Do you got it?
100 Gex.
Yes. The first
That's what this
song-
reminded me
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
The first song especially, because she has that, like, very 100 Gex
Yeah.
glitchy
Yes.
thing on her voice.
Yeah,
Yes.
that song kind of like, you know, like has like a weird, like, I don't know, like halter type of like tempo, and like it seems like it's like off at some point.
Yeah,
which
and
I
there's
thought
like
was
this like very if you're looking at the sound waves, it goes from like sausage to nothing to you
Yeah,
know like
yeah.
it's like very jagged in where
cool.
they
I know
move.
about going sausage to nothing.
Oh yeah.
We all know about going from sausage to nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even smaller, it's just literally
just
no.
sausage.
Yeah, it's like it's like a turtle.
Yeah, that's gonna
Fully
be your
inside the
I
shell.
know a little bit about that.
Yeah, so
Wee.
yeah, I ended up really liking this. I thought like perfect length.
Yeah.
34 minutes
Yeah,
is
that was-
about
Dude.
as much as of this that I want.
The
Yes.
Chad's length.
Yes,
that's
it
what they
is.
call it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
another thing to do with sausage.
Yeah.
The Chad's length.
Hell yeah, dude. And every song kind of did enough different to differentiate
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I think like when you're playing around with these types of sounds, it can feel like samey, like,
Yeah.
Okay, here's another giant blaring bass.
Yeah.
Here's like another really brittle, nasty synth. But
Yeah.
like every song kind of gave me something different or unexpected, and I really like that about it.
I
Yeah.
thought so too.
No, you
Sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say I felt that way. I was like, upon first listen, I was like, I listened on headphones, and I like had a really good time listening headphones, just like, you know, focusing in bed, and I was like, I can't wait to play these like in just my car everyday life. But like doing that, like it really like started to mush together a little bit. And I didn't expect this to be like such a headphones listen, but to me it is. Like I feel like
yeah.
it really has to like it really like needs your focus a little bit, which is like I guess kind of a fault in a way, but like I don't know. You know, it's not like it's not something to put on and fucking jam out to.
Well, like Squid needs your focus because
Yeah.
it's like complex.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I wouldn't. This isn't not complex by any means. There's a lot going on,
Yeah.
but I think the abrasiveness of some of this stuff is too much to just let pass by.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's not a very passive record. However, with that being said, like the aggressiveness isn't necessarily like the key feature.
Yeah.
Of this. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like employed at different parts of different songs
Yeah.
to
Different,
kind
yeah.
of like contrast the other elements.
But it's also
Yeah.
not aggressive in like a traditional sense for the most part, where like metal bands employ aggressiveness with like giant riffs or screaming. Like
Yeah.
this is more like, oh fuck, this sounds like a train coming off of the rails, you know, with
Yeah.
noise or something,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah, I would agree with kind of what you said. If there is a fault with the record, I don't know if there's like the banger tracks that even a project as strange as this can
Yeah.
sometimes produce.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple that are close for me.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of banger moments.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say. And
Yeah.
that's like maybe the most interesting thing about the record for
Yeah.
me is how unexpected some of the turns
Oh,
are.
yeah, it's crazy.
And the like the combinations of sounds and elements. Like Try Saying is probably the closest for me to a banger. And it has this weird like guitar.
yes.
It feels like it should be in like a Mark Anthony song.
I literally have written down Alicia Keys' guitar in the background is very cool. It's awesome. It's so faint, and it's
Yeah.
only in one ear, and there's so much other shit in the song going on. There's this noise that's like boo, like it just keeps going on. You're like, God, there's so much happening here. I wish I could just focus on that Alicia Keys guitar. But it's sick nonetheless.
Yeah, it's just like this strange texture that's like a fucking throwaway 2000s pop song.
Dude, the Mark Anthony, that's so good.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff like that I found like interesting.
Yeah.
Like the opener has this like really, it's one of the more abrasive tracks, the opener.
Yeah.
And then like the last minute is like really pretty. Like there's
Yeah.
like these weird warped strings and stuff like that. And that's like a nice like place setter for what the rest of the record's gonna do.
Another really cool like switch up moment that I loved is the song Cursive, the single. Like it starts off like the first, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to a minute of the song is like this jungle beat. And then it just like changes to like Devo.
Yeah.
Like it just goes straight like 80s synth wave. Not so direct, but like it's dancey, and there are like these little synth like flourishes that come in every once in a while that sound like straight out of like a Devo, or like, I don't know, even like the Cars even. Like it's so odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call this music. I'm kind of like, I guess it's like electro something or other, but like it's like it falls, like I mentioned 100 Gex before, and like even bands like Black Midi or like whatever with this like very strange use of time and space in their music. Like you're not finding any like Four on the Floor in this kind of stuff for the most part. And so I find, and this might be a negative, but it's also a positive for them, is that like I don't know what the fuck this is. You know, maybe to them, to the band, which also looking at their Spotify picture, they're nowhere close to what I expected them to look like.
They're so mysterious.
They're so mysterious.
Yeah.
But like I feel like the band would perceive this as a compliment. I don't know what the fuck this is. You know, but I feel like also people could perceive that as a diss too. I'm not totally sure. So I don't know.
Well, I honestly, like, now that I think about it, it has a lot of similarities to Gilla Band.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
totally.
like Gilla Band is, I think, harder to listen to than this.
Yeah.
Like Gilla Band is really like inaccessible, but I love Gilla Band.
I do
like,
too.
They're just so weird.
I think,
and I would call that like harsh noise and experimental.
Yeah,
you know?
they're more repetitive and
they
like
are.
building on like a single motif type
Yeah,
of a thing.
yeah.
Whereas these guys are a bit all over the place,
Yeah.
and employ like electronic elements a bit more often, or like, you know, samples. There's like people talking and shit in some of these
Yeah.
songs and whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Life Hex is a really cool example of the people talking. I really love the beginning where they do the
craft.
light as a feather, stiff as a board, and it's like actually unsettling.
Yes.
Like it seems like it's just like this cutesy thing, but the way they do it, it just feels like, I don't know, it gives you like that chill up your spine. And then that song ends with like one of the coolest fucking big endings on the whole record, where she's like, I don't even know if it's her, but she's like, it sounds like someone's like screaming, and it's really intense and gothic and weird.
Yeah, Life Hacks is one of my favorites. I think it's the heaviest thing on the record. It starts with that like Veruca Salt craft sample,
Yeah, I
and then
love that.
just like gets fucking like
Yeah.
That one's the heaviest throughout. Like there's
Yeah.
other moments where things get really heavy, but like as soon as that song comes in, it's just so dark. I really like It's Halt So.
Yeah, I have that one as one of the highlights as well.
And
like the Europe, it's like very like European, bouncing in the club, like doof doof. Like after a while, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's very like Euro trash dance.
I love that.
And then the back half, like the drums pick up and it gets like super intense.
Yeah, very European, very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like it is a tough record to talk about because there are so many individual moments, and like you, it is kind of hard to like pin down what exactly this is, because there's like a foot in post-punk.
Yeah.
There's a foot in like deep acid.
Yeah.
Like almost like Yeezus type production.
Yeah.
And Death Grips.
Noise punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess noise punk is what you'd call it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Noise punk.
But it would just, I mean, there's really nothing, there's no moniker you could prepare someone to listen to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you said noise plug, you're like, oh, okay, it'll be guitars, and then you hear a fucking like 808 through a fuzz pedal,
which I love. I mean, I love bands like that like, because it really feels like we're getting more bands like that because they're just so like sick of they're just like, what do we do to even like recreate like music in some way? And I'm really loving this like wave of bands that are doing that. Like I think like I love Yahweh Nailgun. This is a really great example of that. Like Lip Critic is starting to kind of be more on my radar. Like I think like this band is like trying to reinvent the wheel a little bit, and like just based off of what we're saying, like it was succeeding, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think like the most impressive thing about the record is the creativity and the seamlessness that all of these elements are able to sit with each other. Like you go from live drums to a drum machine in the same song, a live bass to like this really deep synth bass. And there's never a moment where you like can feel the stitching in the DAW.
No,
it's like, okay, we copy and paste,
or like a lazy crossfade or something.
Oh, it's so not lazy at all. Yeah. I have to comment on the drumming too. Like, it's so from the same vein of Brian Chippendale, Zach Hill type of drums. Like you have the electronic drum patterns in there. But like when you hear the acoustic set, this dude is like, he definitely studied from the school of Chippendale.
Oh yeah, like Dodecahedron has
that
like,
one's great.
Non-linear like triplet type beat. I'm like, that sounds so much like Zach Hill, but Zach Hill would be playing it 98 BPM faster.
What was I gonna say too? There was that band. Who was that one band that like we played with them a long time ago? They were like a post-punk band that were like way noisier. They have a cover of "Where's Your Head At."
Milk Belly.
Milk Belly. Yeah, this feels like the non-rock version of Milk Belly.
Yes,
like Milk Belly had a very Zach Hill, Brian Chippendale type of drummer, and they were very noisy and very weird. But I never could get into them like that much because it still felt too much like a rock band. Whereas this feels like they're employing all the things that Milk Belly was like trying to do, but like in an actual like focused way, I guess.
Yeah. There's like I respect the Milk Belly approach as someone who like has dabbled in synth and just been like, what the fuck, dude? This is so hard. But like this is so impressive to like have the vision of music like this. Like there is something impressive about these new bands that are like, they feel digitally native, like they know how to record, they know how to use all these plugins, and they're doing, instead of like using that stuff to take like shortcuts, where it's like, well, we can't get real strings, so I'm just gonna have a fucking Casio. It's like, no, how can I get all of these colors onto the canvas?
There's something so like intriguing about, to me, I guess, about a band who you listen to them on the recording and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how is this? How do they have members? You know what I mean? Like, what do they do on stage? And then you see them on stage and it's like minimal backing track. Like they're just like playing a machine. It doesn't look like a fucking keyboard or anything. It
feels
just
like
buttons.
One of the members should be like one of those like 90s movies tech guys.
Yes,
like, we're in.
The fucking hacker. Let me zoom in on that. Expand. And then like I love when a live performance for bands like this, I love when their live performance is like slightly fucked up and off. Like they can't exactly get this down, but it's like harsher and noisier and weirder when you see that. Like it makes it seem like it's really worth it to see them live, you know, just to see how they put all this shit together. Another thing I wanted to say, like they do like intense electro techno, you know, really well. Like, you know, a lot of the beats are like really driving and head banging, but they do like dark and ominous just as well too. Like a Brighter Tomorrow is like the one like slow, you know, weirdo song, and it's pretty like harrowing, I would say.
Yeah, and she has like a very good, like classically good singing voice when she wants to employ it that way. But like Dark and Ominous, I mean, the closer is just a scorching dude suck.
Yeah, dude.
Absolute just.
The speech that's given, you're just like, fuck.
They're all fucking crazy, man. Like, I mean, that's a great song, and it's the only time that she speaks in English.
Yeah, it's the only time. I didn't even know if it was her because I was like, oh, it's in English. You know, it's this English, like dude suck speech, and it is. It's tough to hear.
Especially we are dudes rock aficionados.
He was like, last song is great. Great, by the way.
Yeah, and like
we're sorry for doing it.
We are sorry for.
We apologize for this podcast.
And like the last, like to leave on that note is a pretty fucking strong moment to end on.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit bleak, but it does feel like like there's a sequel coming up or something like that, or some sort of revenge plot, you know, some sort of murder plot. Sorry, I'm fucking LD'd up.
He's gonna vomit.
Should we go into the CAs?
Yeah.
I didn't have any terrible things to say about this. Like, the only, I guess I'll just go.
Yeah.
The only like negative part of the record for me was like when I hit Sicko, I was like, damn, this sounds like something off of No Love Deep Web, and the Billy Woods feature is cool, loved it, but you could have just got MC Ride, you know what I mean? That would have been really sick. But the Billy Woods feature was cool. And the only other thing I could dog on it for is that like it feels like a record that you can, you know, really jam out to, but it's just so much better listened to and appreciated if you're like really focusing on it, and like looking at the songs while you go through the track list and like actually paying attention to it, which is like, that's not something to really dog on it for. But if you're a dudes rock kind of guy, maybe not. You know, I can do it with Yahweh Nail Gun, which is surprising for me. Like I thought maybe it would be a little bit different with this, but there's so much noise that some of the songs feel like they run together a bit. I guess that's what I'm saying. But other than that, I really liked it. It was better than what I expected. It caught so many points in this record caught my attention. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. They really know how to switch it up on you and keep you guessing, which I love. I feel like a live show would be insane seeing these guys.
Yes.
I think that they're going to have their moment this year. I feel like this album is worthy of a moment where people are really talking about Mandy, Indiana, and like saying, you know, you got to see him live. You got to get this record. Like becoming like a, you know, not quite Geese, but you know, Geese for weirdos, you know, in a way. I thought it was great. I don't know if I want to go quite 8, but I'm gonna give it like a 7.8 out of 10.
I'll go next. Like I said earlier, this record and this band in general is hard to pin down, and I think for me that plays to their benefit, where others may get lost drowning in the pool of all of this stuff. I think you had mentioned earlier all the like sounds and the instruments that they employ and how they kind of like all fit. Like if this is a cinematic universe,
hell yeah,
everything they do is at home in the greater Mandy, Indiana cinematic universe.
The
MCU.
The MCU.
The MICU. Yeah. Nothing really they did felt forced. I mean, just with how bonkers and weird this band is, they could put like a Bon Jovi sounding ballad with 12-string guitar on here, and I would be like, yeah, I mean that checks out perfect. Yeah. So I did enjoy this as well. I guess negatives would be that it's almost too cohesive, or not cohesive. Maybe that's not the right word. It's too much of like this. It's one half an hour chunk as much as it is like 8-10 songs, whatever it is.
Lost in the sauce
disorder a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, because there's not Yeah, and so that's a part that kind of was harder for me, just because I was struggling to discern moments as opposed to just a whole slab of this.
Sir, you have lost in the sauce to swear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you this, sir, but
Have you been listening to?
Yeah.
you've been diagnosed.
So my score for is gonna be I think I'm gonna land on a 7.2.
Okay, I like that score.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this as well. I was surprised too at how much of it clicked on like first listen.
Yeah.
Which I was impressed by. Like sometimes this kind of stuff, it will take a while to like discern moments and changes and stuff. But I was surprised at how approachable it ended up being with how fucking weird it is on first listen. And then the parts of the record that I would like continue to look forward to. And for what they are trying to do, I think this is like about as well sequenced of an album as you can kind of get with playing with like how harsh these tones are and how like breakneck the changes are.
We are sequencing hogs too.
We are
so
sequencing
That's
hogs.
high praise.
Yeah, like there are more like songs that I ended up liking and being like, oh, I'll go back to that than I thought. Usually this is like, okay, this is gonna be a headphones listen. I'm gonna be in this the whole time. But like there's enough there were enough songs that I'm like, I just want to listen to this without like going into the entire album. And more I was impressed by how creative, how seamless. I think if there's a knock, it is that there wasn't like, as much as I said that I saved songs, there still wasn't that like banger. Like I don't know if I can really remember like a refrain vocally, like really other than I'll ask her.
Yeah.
Now that is the only one in my native tongue. the brief. Granted.
I am American, and this is the American song.
This is the only. This is sort of the Kid Rock
This is
Super Bowl of the album.
They were gonna play one song at the Turning Point USA halftime show.
It'll be that one.
I'll ask her.
I don't think that would go over well with the content.
I don't
of the
think
song.
that group of people would appreciate this.
Yeah.
It's possibly the group that might need to hear it.
They should hear it, but yeah, they wouldn't like it.
But other than that, I thought this was like a really good record, probably close to pretty great. But I think I'm feeling you, maybe just shy of the 8. I'm gonna go 7-9.
7-9, dude. Had to cut it off.
I had to cut it off.
It's a 7.6 out of 10.
I think it's a dude suck hell yeah.
The dude suck, hell yeah.
We got it right there.
That feels good to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to more Mandy, Indiana.
Me too.
I think it's gonna be a cool couple years for these guys.
I mean, they conceived something really original, which is really nice.
yeah, I'm hoping more people like really can identify that, like just like kind of separating them from this, this. I hope there's like how we had like the post-punk wave in like 2021. We have like the I don't even know what the fuck wave.
Yeah.
In 20, it should only take like 5 years to get to the point where we're like, we need something that just isn't even anything.
It's literally everything.
It's just everything.
I dropped my keyboard down the steps genre.
That's the wave we need.
Because that's what some of these sound like.
Yeah.
You could just go in like this on the
It's a 7.6. It's a dude suck hell yeah for URGH from Mandy, Indiana. Let us know in the comments what you thought of it. If you hated it, if you liked it, if you think it was a little bit too much, if you think it was a little bit too French, maybe needed a little more English in it, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the
Gilbert
channel.
could have been featured.
Maybe if you needed a Brantley Gilbert feature on this, let us know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow on Instagram, TikTok, podcast clips, comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. Weekly bonus content. We have another episode. We get episodes every Sunday now. So look out for them on Sunday. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.